Today we'll be talking about the influenza virus, which has claimed the lives of animals on a pandemic scale. In fact, the influenza virus can be divided into four groups: influenza A, B, C, and D. Since the genus of each type of influenza has only one species, their taxonomical names are the same as their genera. Influenza viruses are spherical particles from 80 to 120 nanometers in diameter. The virion is enveloped by a lipid bilayer that it forms from host animal cells' plasma membranes. Throughout the lipid envelope of only influenza A and B viruses are glycoprotein spikes that are made up of 80% hemagglutinin and the remainder neuraminidase. The hemagglutinin spikes aid in binding to host cells, and the neuraminidase break down the cellular membrane to release new viruses particles from within the cell. As well, there are the M2 proteins, which serve as ion channels. Beneath the lipid bilayer is the M1 matrix, also known as a capsid of protein, which forms a strong, rigid casing around the single-stranded ribonucleoproteins, which are the RNA genomes. In the United States, seasonal influenza epidemics typically claim the lives of about 30,000 people each year and cause hospitalization of more than 100,000. The influenza virus affects humans and other animals alike. Influenza A, the most significant virus, can cause pandemics with substantial mortalities to humans, pigs, horses, birds, and marine mammals. Influenza B, however, only affects humans but has not caused pandemics. Influenza C affects humans and pigs but only causes mild disease, and influenza D primarily targets cattle. The different types of influenza affect different animals with different levels of severity, influenza A being the most severe. Symptoms of acquiring the influenza virus are similar to a common cold but much more intense. As the body tries to fight off the invading virus, its immune system weakens, allowing the other infections and inflammations to develop, such as pneumonia. Those inflicted can recover from the flu in less than 2 weeks, but some can also face life-threatening complications. Influenza is a highly contagious respiratory illness that mainly attacks the respiratory tract. Little droplets from coughs or sneezing are enough to spread the virus. However, it is the virus's replication cycle that allows it to spread so effectively throughout the body. To reproduce, an influenza virus needs a host cell. Once the virus is bound to the host cell using the hemagglutinin surface proteins, it enters it through endocytosis. Then, the virus uncoats and releases the nucleocapsid into the cytoplasm, which then travels to the host nucleus. In the host nucleus, the nucleocapsids undergo transcription to produce the proteins we spoke of earlier, needed to replicate. Then, to replicate the negative sense RNA segments, the host cell translates the enzymes from the mRNA of the virus. The enzymes now translated, replication can take place. The new viruses are assembled through synthesis, and they are released from the host cell through a process called budding that uses neuraminidase proteins to break down the cellular membrane to go on and infect the next cell. Overall, since most adults will encounter the influenza virus at least once in their lives, it is important to be knowledgeable of what exactly these microscopic viruses do to our bodies. Thank you.